Well, hello party people, good evening. Welcome down to Class Poetry Night at Wallich Session 9. Thank you all for coming down. Awesome crowd tonight. We're diving straight to the poets for tonight. So the first guy coming up, I think it's a familiar face, so let me give a big round of applause to Benjamin.
Hello. Goodness. Okay, so this is quite exciting. Hi everyone, I'm Benjamin. As you know, I'm a bit nervous. This is the first time I'm here. And it's also going to be the first time I'm going to be reading something I've just written. I usually give it some time, but let's try this out. It's not really a spoken word poem, it's more of a story, so the night's going to start with a bit of a strange note. This story is called Enough. And so it came to pass. Imagine this. The sun itself birthed a small white orb, incandescent, that descended upon the earth and hovered over Mecca. We came, the people of the earth, on our trucks, our helicopters, with our guns and our colors, the people of the earth united for once in bewilderment as we stared at this thing together as it hung gently in the air, this impossible thing for weeks, blinding and silent. Frantic, we built a great structure around it, this blinding orb, encasing it, and our scientists peered at it through their shades, poked at it with steel fingers. We held our breath as one. And still it spun ever so gently, unfathomably. In time, we unlocked the first of its mysteries. In the black depths of space, the earth alone began to sparkle as if studded with diamonds. We rejoiced along every street in every continent as light spilled from our cities, our towns, our villages, our tribes, electricity in every vein of civilization, an endless abundance of energy pulsing through cables and fiber optics, streaming directly from the great white orb into the homes of billions. For the first time, the people of the earth understood sanctuary. But this was not enough for us. This little sun beckoned with its endlessness, with grace, with silence, and so our scientists kept on. In time, we unlocked the second of its mysteries. When we heard the languages of the animals, we were afraid, for they seemed too much like us, this chorus of desires decoded through this perfect algorithm, translating hoots and howls, chirrups and trumpeting, the flutter of wings into speech. The people of the earth grew quiet, tears streaming from our faces as we listened to the familiar worries of ants and the death cries of forests. For the first time, our species understood empathy. But this too was not enough for us. The little miracle beckoned with providence, with generosity, with its silence, and so our scientists kept on. In time, we unlocked its third and final mystery. Across the earth, we huddled together, the family of humanity, gathered about our tiny screens, witnessing the history of our world, the full record of our actions, as seen from the heavens, broadcasting directly from the heart of this little sun. We watched, mouths agape, horrified, as Jesus himself bled to death in front of us, as women burned on our stakes, as Hannibal led his charge down the mountain, and we raped and raped and raped. We stripped the earth. The animals fled. Children starved. Cities disappeared in flashes of white. And as the smoke began to rise, we covered our eyes, weeping and shook with shame. for the first time, the people of the earth understood suicide. And this was enough. When it was finished, the little bright orb began to rise from Mecca without warning, pulling free of its wires, its plugs, drifting into the blue up and up and up, headed for the sun, leaving us, as abruptly as it had come, alone again, in the dark, with ourselves, with our choices, in our silence. The people of the earth looked up as one and grew still.
Alright, thanks Benjamin. Anyone in the film industry, you need a voiceover for your trailer, you know who to call. An awesome voice. Alright, next up we got a guy, Chris. Chris is gonna come up. You might notice he has a very unique way of writing, and they laugh because they know it's true. A big round of applause to Chris.
Unique indeed. The boy cried wolf, but nobody came, not even the wolf. As I throw stones across the lake, they skip off the heads of the people and things that have drowned here, and everyone's dead. Once a pawn in no larger game, it turned into a dumping ground for dashed hopes and equally dashed lives. You see how the tree branches are free of rope. No one hangs themselves here. They just take a swim. A crow once used stones to reach water from a glass. And as you see the stones dropped in and the water level rises, so does the water level rise in this lake as more people are dropped in. But the water doesn't rise anymore because everyone's dead. There's no one left, no one but me. And as bubbles surface, they join into the sky. But I'll never know that feeling. They all left without me, and they left me huddling here, throwing stones across this lake. And like the bubble trapped from the surface by winter's ice, so are my tears separated from this body of water. And as I throw stones across this lake, they never join those below. That's the first poem. The second poem is here. This one's called Goodbye, Mr. Guilty Man. It was written a while back. Hey there, Mr. Man, have you seen the morning sun? What are you doing? This isn't fun. Not for you, not for me, not for the body who's gone to sleep. Hey there, Mr. Man, let me guess your first name. Don't look at me with such shame. The answer is guilty, all the same. Hello, Mr. Guilty Man. Have you seen the morning sun? I haven't even finished this sentence and you're already on the run. Oh, Mr. Guilty Man, Daddy can't see the morning sun. The last thing he saw was the light from your gun. And I'm sorry, Mr. Guilty Man, that your Bobby is sleeping early. But the other Mr. Mans still don't like you much, really. Guilty man with blood on his hands will get you if you misbehave. Don't worry, cause with a bang, the good cops will have taken off his head. Good day, Mr. Guilty Man. They've got a new song for you. Guilt isn't what you feel, it's now who you are. Everybody's forgotten your name, they haven't seen the morning sun. It got washed away by the rain. Goodbye, Mr. Guilty Man. Heard you haven't seen the morning sun. They are happy that you'll be hanged tonight at 10, and then I'll be left alone here to my own fun. Thank you.
I told you his shit is weird. Alright, thanks, Chris. Not weird in a bad way, hey. Don't judge me. Anyway, most of you guys are down here for the jam, which happens every few months. So, first contestant up for the jam, just for you judges, is Joycelyn. So, a big round of applause, please.
Hi. I'm reading two poems. One sad, one not so sad. They're old poems, so if you've heard them, I'm sorry. I was too lazy to, write a new one. First one. It's not a question of whether you'll forget, because forgetting is long, well past the haze and strong feelings, memories of ways of reeling you in. Call it nostalgia. Call it phantom pain. It remains tingling at the ends of your veins, even though you know well enough it's been cut off long ago. When it rains, you still feel the pricks crawling at the tips of your spine, climbing and ticking at the edge of each heartbeat, like a torn being pumped out of the vessels of your cardiac muscles. There's a heart attack there somewhere, waiting to happen. If only you could have forgotten. It's not a question of whether you remember to breathe in and out. There's so much space, so much oxygen that it's difficult to respirate. There's a desperate need for a corner space because your lungs have grown so accustomed to sharing air that too much of it is suffocating. There's no liberating feeling in the freedom when the shackles enveloping your lungs were the arms you so wanted to embrace, when you never needed space in the first place, but then here you are. And time goes across and far into a stretch of a forever you could have never thought possible. It's not a question of whether it'll taste the same. There's a metamorphosis involved in the analysis of each word, each scent, each figure between the one who chooses to remember and the one who so wants to forget. So a question does not remain a question, but an inflection of the second last syllable in a sentence, not the last, because that's how he does it. Or the way ginger now tastes awful, or how you use a handful of washing detergent. There's an urgent need to know football ratings and a lack of scruples in video game cheatings. There are some things you cannot unlearn, unhear, unsee, unexperience, even though you wish to. It's not a matter of whether someone would ever be foolish enough to love you again, because again seems like a possibility that will never happen, because loving was another way of telling yourself to open yourself up and hinge the chest already carved with so many bruises. There were already so many parts of you missing, and you wonder whether what was left was even worth loving again, because for the longest time you defined love in terms of the way he smiles at your cluelessness in Chinese, or the way his skin feels under your fingertips. Defined it so deeply etched at the back of your limbic system that forgetting was far longer than you could have ever thought possible. So you wonder whether there was ever a way of changing definition. Wonder whether it's a matter of just feeling better with less, or just feeling lesser. Is it a matter of whether you just love a little lesser, fall a little lighter, crash a little better? Or perhaps, maybe it's not a matter of whether. Perhaps, just perhaps, maybe it's a matter of when. The first one. Second one, not so sad, which is good. I am not a poet. I was never a poet. I write in blocks of paragraphs for sake. There's a static predisposition in my emission of words. They don't come dancing or swaying or moving in waves. They behave like frozen atoms shivering from what little hit they could resonate. My words are zigzags, jagged at the edges, incomplete and imperfect, like broken glass, like fragile things. They don't draw curlicues in the air, nor paint rainbows. They rarely float. They just stumble over themselves, clumsy, a bag full of bricks brimming heavy with emotions. I created them without the notion of bursting fireworks from my chest, seamlessly pouring over paper, forming words that tap dance and fly. No, my words are concocted from bleeding veins, painstaking hours of confession, construction, destruction, and reconstruction of words. I am their surgeon, stitching my literary Frankenstein in ink lines and paper scrap. There is no effortless lullaby in this. There is only brimstone and sulfur trying to create something even the tiniest bit beautiful. Beautiful. My words are not beautiful. At best, they are honest, and because they are honest, they are flawed. Like a manuscript forgotten, filled with strike-throughs and scratches. I wrote them all in pen because these are the words I would never leave forgotten. So every mistake they ever made and every beauty they could muster to create will leave permanent ink stains in my heart. I was never a poet. I was told there wasn't one. When I was in 3rd grade, she told me that poetry was supposed to be pretty. Poetry was supposed to flutter like butterfly wings and glitter like stars. Poetry was supposed to hum and rhyme and sing, but mine, my sad, plain sentences were too flat, too sad, too stark, with the truth spilling out of its broken edges, feeling like the cracks in my heart, and the truth was ugly. It has always been ugly. The truth makes you angry and sad and frustrated, so it wasn't poetry. Because it wasn't pretty. I grew up believing that there was no space in the pages for me. My words were too broken, my sentiments too severe, so I let my words shatter. Let them falter and crumble and divide into the 1,000 little pieces that they were meant to be. There wasn't such a thing as too broken for me. I'd let them break as often as they like, let them be broken as they can be, and if in some way they become irretrievable, their pieces turning irreparable, I'll embrace them all the more. Their ugliness is my fire, their tragedy is my love. My words are not pretty. My words are not fine. My words are coffee stains and patches on sweaters worn too many times. My words are rain clouds and lightning and waiting in line for the bus under the rain, jet lag moments between airplanes, the bitter taste of nicotine like the bitter taste of life. My words made too many mistakes, placed too many hearts in their sleeves, and failed so many times that I've lost count of the days when they would wake me up in the middle of the night to open a vein and cry into pages. My words are not pretty. They were never meant to be. But you know what? Fuck pretty. Fuck sashaying letters and smiling words. Fuck rainbows and fireworks and flawless verses. Fuck symmetrical greatness. My words are not masterpieces. My words are not perfect. And I take imperfect anytime. And if that doesn't make me a poet, so be it. My words will not be pretty. They are gangly and awkward and clumsy, like half-created sonnets, like broken branches, like scribblings hidden. My words are not pretty. But I will not stop believing in the unrelenting honesty of this pseudo-poetry, this alphabetic vomit, the regurgitation of words imitating reality, the impossible fit of phrases, the discarded parts sewn together, splintering sharply at the seams, the over-emotional, the hyper-sentimental, the a lot less than grandiose blocks of paragraphs, too plain, too flat, too stark, too jarring. My words, my flawed and incomplete and imperfect words, I will love them all. So even if my words can never be pretty, I'll still write them all down in prose and read them like poetry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joycelyn. One more time, judges, that would be Joycelyn on the piece of paper that you have, so don't forget to judge. Another big round of applause, please. Alright, next up, some of you guys would have seen on the Facebook page, we actually have a local author who's going to come up and show you some of his stuff. So a big round of applause to my man Zed.
This is you know this program, Operating My Person. Can I sing this out?
Hello everyone, my name is Zed. Round of applause to Benjamin, Chris and Jocelyn. So, before I begin, I'm going to tell you a story, but not yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to out a poem that I quite like. It's not my own. Most of you might have heard of it. It's called Oh Captain, My Captain. Here it goes. Oh Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells are here, the people all exulting. While full of ice, the steady keel, the vessel green and daring. But oh heart, oh the bleeding drops of rain. Where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh heart, oh the bleeding drops of rain. Where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up for you, the flag is flung. For you the bugles trill. For you bouquets and ribboned wreaths. For you the streets are crowding. For you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. But oh heart, oh the bleeding drops of rain. Where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh heart, oh the bleeding drops of rain. On a garden bed my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Thank you. So that was a tribute to an important man. Many of us have an important man or woman. Yeah, let that tribute be to anyone who has an important man. Thank you. All right. This one. Okay, now I'm going to share with you a story. Yeah, here's one that I wrote. Yeah. I plucked it out from this book. It's not going to be verbatim because I think stories are meant to be either read or told. Yeah, and I don't think you can read a story the way. I don't think you can read a story aloud. Not this story, so I'm going to tell it to you. Okay. This story is called Spool Balls and Wobble Mouth. Yeah. When I started writing this story, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to write a story about a couple of guys who are very, very different. So I thought, how could I make a character very different? And I decided, okay, I'm going to give him a disease. I'm going to give this guy a disease. Yeah, a very, very special disease that nobody has had before. And I thought about it, and I couldn't think of how that would make a character different enough. So I decided to give him 2 diseases instead. Yeah. This guy, his name is called Double. Yeah. And he comes from the Hineki family. The Hineki family is a family of a biomedical marvel. Yeah. Every one of them have got a unique disease. Yeah. Grandfather Hineki was born with 2 hearts. Yeah. So one day he had a heart attack, but that didn't kill him. Yeah. The doctor revived him with the doctor electrocuted him, and then the heart restarted, so he came back to life. I mean, he already had 1 spare heart anyway. Yeah. But a few days later, he had a case of double heart attacks. 2 heart attacks at the same time. That's when he died. Yeah. Another one of the boys, things happen to him in threes. So things doesn't happen to him a single time. They always must happen 3 times in a row. So for example, this guy falls, he's going to fall again, and then he's going to fall again. Yeah. It's good to have him on a soccer team, because if he scores a goal, he's going to score again, then he's going to score again. Yeah. It's fantastic to have him in the team. Yeah. But one day he got knocked down by a car. He survived. Yeah. After that, he ran into the mountains to some place without cars, because he knows that he's going to get knocked down again and again. So to avoid that, he went to the mountains, found a cave and hid inside there. Yeah. Of all of these guys, of all of the history of the Hineki family, one person stands special, even from all of them. His name is Double. The thing about him is that he's got 2 diseases. Yeah. One, the spool balls condition. The doctors called it so because it seems like there's a spool that droops from his eye, and the eyeballs dangle from the spool. Yeah. So he's got 2 eyeballs dangling about. Yeah. And what this does to him is he sees things that people don't see, and these things can talk to them and can hear them talk. Yeah. His best friend is a snail. Yeah. The snail lives with him in his room. Yeah. Nobody knows. Yeah. Because he talks to his snail because his snail doesn't laugh at him.
all the other guys his age, he looks very different, so he's not going to get very many friends. Yeah? And sometimes he'll be walking on the street and he'll be jumping left, jumping right, because there'll be things running towards him, like jogging dinosaurs, flying pigs and stuff. And he will jump out of the way, because if they knock into him, he's going to fall. But nobody else knows that he's doing these things. So to others, he's just a weird kid. Yeah? Second thing about him, he's got this condition called a wobble mouth. Yeah? His mouth, right, is like an extended kiss. Yeah? Think of a pout amplified maybe 20 times, and you get a megaphone. So that's what his mouth is like. It's a megaphone, and whenever he speaks, he's not going to be here as spoken word, because if you try to read a poem, it's going to turn out like this. Like that beautiful poem that Jocelyn read, it's going to come out like this. Thank you. That's going to be that would be what would happen to him. He can't speak. Everything that he says comes out in wobbles. So that places him at a disadvantage. Imagine you get into a quarrel with one of your friends, and the friend says, "Hey, you're a stupid Jew, you're a stupid person," and then you go, it's not going to help your case. So it's one of the things that troubles him as a boy, and he tries to get rid of it. He's a fairly intelligent boy, and after thinking things through, he decided to write a letter to his mom. He only has a mom and a dad, so he wrote a letter to his mom and dad. Dear Dad and Mom, I think I'm going to do something about spool balls and wobble mouth. I'm leaving, and if one day I should save myself, I would come home. Love, double. Scribbles a note, left it at home, and he left. He carried with him a backpack. The backpack, and he left. Okay, he went into a cave. He went to a cave, and at night, when the city sleeps, what he would do is he would sneak into the library and he would steal books. Steal books on philosophy, steal books on the occult, steal books on medicine, surgery, to find out if there's any possibility at all, through magic, through medicine, through science, to fix his condition. After several years of studies, about 10 years later on, he decided, okay, I think I've gotten enough. Whatever literature is out there, I've read them, and I'm going to give it a go tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. With the utensils that he stole, not the utensils, the medical tools that he stole from a hospital, a surgical knife, he heated it over a fire, and he didn't manage to steal any anesthesia. So anyhow, so he cleansed the surgical knife, and he started to saw off his appendages and saw off the bits of his mouth, the extra bits of his mouth. It was very, very painful, and he fainted. When he woke up, everything was quite different. For one, he wasn't sure if he was in the same place. Because when he stepped out of his cave, you could finally see he stepped out of his cave. The entire city was very, very empty. You no longer get flats. You no longer get banks. No schools. What you get were shanty little huts. Completely unlike Singapore. So he walked. And he walked and he walked. There were no more buses, wondering what was happening. He walked for a long time and he found a road that looked a little bit like his old home. Continued down the road, followed his instincts, and finally he found a very, very dilapidated building. He used to live in a HDB flat, the second story, but now the HDB flat is no more. There's just a little hut. And he went into the little hut. There was a sound of a knife, of knife on chopping board. I stepped into the kitchen and he saw a very, very familiar figure. Oh, you think he has gotten it right. So he's called out, "Hey Dad, I'm home. Mom, I'm home." So the figure heard a familiar voice and she stopped her chopping. Mom? Mom? So the mom that he saw no longer looks the same. Mom has got spool balls. Mom has got wobble mouth. He went out into the streets, he looked at everyone else. Everyone has got spool balls and wobble mouth. Thank you. I took a couple of years to write this book. If you would like to support me, you could get one over there. I'm just seated over there. It costs $15. Have a good session, guys. Thanks.
I don't know what to say about the story. The ending was quite fucked up. Just hope I don't. You all understand me, right? I'm not speaking like. Never mind. All right, next up, another one from the Jam. Tonight on your paper you can see the name Wei Liang. So yeah, he is known to be another weird guy in a good way. So I want you to give a big round of applause to Wei Liang.
Hi, my name is William, and this is my 90th time doing stand-up. This piece is called Life in Singapore. I ordered takeaway chicken from a vast and cheddary corporation today. I know which one I'm talking about, and you know which one I'm talking about, but for the purposes of this set, we'll call it Caucasian fowl. As I lick week-old grease from my fingers, I start talking to the pieces of chicken before me. Your mother always resented you for not being a rooster, I intoned to a piece of breast meat. You were fed so many antibiotics because you are so loved, I assure a drumstick. You never laid enough eggs, ever, I scold a chicken wing. As I talk to the pieces of Caucasian fowl before me, it occurs to me that there is virtually no difference between myself and the dead chickens they belong to. Did they dream of a better life away from the rows and rows of shoe-sized compartments they were forced to squat in? Were they dimly aware that their eventual fate was to be chopped up and rolled in plastic so that the deep-fried carcasses would turn a uniform shade of golden crispy? When they were plucked up upon reaching slaughter weight, did they imagine they were finally being rescued by the hand of God? The chicken above poops on me. I blink and then I poop on the chicken below me. Alright, do you guys want to hear a weird and funny erotic poem or a depressing erotic poem? Funny? Okay, I'll do the funny one first. This one is Day 3 of Singapore Poetry Writers Monthly. The prompt is Write an Erotic Poem. Alvin Pang said one. The title is By the Incinerator, Talking to a Plastic Bag. I have been used in so many ways, abused in so many ways you could not imagine. So I will tell you. I was never meant for such as this was never meant for me. I remember the first time I was taken down there as a last resort to ease some menstrual tension. I had never performed my services in quite that way before. This became part of our routine, our twice daily routine, and I grew to relish the squirt and the rub and the push and the faster, oh harder, oh deeper, bouncing out against sinewy muscles and edging closer, always closer, ever closer to the locus of Grottenberg. I always felt dirty afterwards. I liked it. But once, seized by a grip of unfamiliarity, I was led to a stranger hole, a darker hole, a smaller hole, a tighter hole, a sexier hole. Everything was warm and wet and wow. Everything was slick and smooth and sticky. But above all, everything was brown. I don't think I'd ever had to work that hard or that shamefully ever in my existence. Yet I know, given half the chance, I'll swallow my pride and my abashment and give up everything I stand for, everything, for just another night with the prostate gland. So when I was turned around again and used the way I'm actually meant to be used, to brush the teeth of a 23-month baby girl, of course I gave her herpes. Can I have any more time? Oh, okay. Depressing or funny this time? Here's this. This one is also write an erotic poem with no people in it and include a pun. It's called The Afterglow of Expensive Hotel Breakup Sex. Everything that has been said, and everything that has been done more than once. The lights are off, the candles all burnt down, the white sheets tousled, half tossed to the floor, the room devoid of gasps and grunts and groans, untouched by sobs and sighs and heavy breathing. The rug, no longer buried under, the DKNY dress and the CK bra paired with the panties from Unique Low, and the 2XS briefs and the Hush Puppies boxers and the jeans from Top Men, and the Banana Republic chinos and $4 stockings and 2 different Ralph Lauren polo shirts of 2 different sizes. Leftover chocolate now slowly going hard inside a silver fondue pot. 2 bottles of champagne, both with their corks popped, but of course. 3 half-eaten cuts of meat, all medium rare, tenderloin, T-bone, strip. 4 serving plates, all but one stained by chocolate-covered strawberries, huddling together on the room service trolley, away from the hotel bed. The hotel bed, where last night can still be felt. The hotel bed, where last night can still be smelt. In sweat, in spit, in bitter tears, in hair gel. The primal sense of love and rage, regret and fear and loss. Each felt 3 times, each felt twice over, each left behind forever. And we're gonna dance with something tonight.
Alright, judges, that was Wei Liang. I did not lie when I said he was weird, in a good way. Alright, actually to give a break for the judges, I'm actually going to do something I just wrote today. It's called The Contract. I tried to write you a love poem. I tried to write you a love poem. Believe me, I tried. I think I did. In fact, I wrote you 2. But I don't think you like them very much because I haven't heard from you since Tuesday. Tuesday was when you received the latest poem. Oh, with flowers too. Tuesday was when I received that text from you, that last text, last form of communication. You said you appreciated the gesture, but you don't like flowers and surprises. I tried. Believe me, I tried. Or maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe there's a book that tells you how this whole shit works, and I just haven't read it. I guess it's true when they say love is never 50-50, it's always 70-30 or 80-20. Someone gives in their all while the other follows on for the ride. I guess it's true when they say the one who you love and the one who loves you aren't always the same person. Or maybe I just wasn't what you really wanted. I know I wasn't what she wanted, wasn't what the one before her wanted either. So I think from now on I'm gonna make this little contract, little form. No, I'm not in the 50 Shades, fuck that shit. But with boxes on the side of each line, so she can tick whether a yes or a no, and I'm gonna hand it out to the next girl I meet. So name, Daryl Edmund, race, Burmese, height, short, weight, varies, hair, don't bother. And then there's a little comment section where she just reads stuff. So it says, kisses, cuddles, holds hands, no, I will not carry your handbag. I will buy you flowers and I will write you poems. No, I'm not soft and I will not hesitate to crack a motherfucker should he disrespect you. I will not make you cry, and if I do, they're only tears of joy. But most importantly, I'm in this for the long haul. And if you just want a little joyride until you meet the next guy, don't text me again. Don't call me again. Because I've been through hell and back for some who wouldn't even care if I came back. And some wounds take longer to heal than others, especially those that are cut open after being stitched back. Again and again and again and again. And so I beg, do consider what you really want. And I'm going to sign it off with your loyal and possible future partner. Alright, next up, before we go for a break, another one of the jam participants. This is the lovely Pam. Please give her a big round of applause.
Hello. More depressing stuff. Okay. Why replace your pen knives with pairs of scissors if they ultimately contribute to the same thing? They feed on your bone and bloodshed tears of time and dread. They didn't need to beg. Sometimes you tried to sew the tips of your fingers shut with a needle so fine it weaves embroidery into your skin, and yet the threads disappear the moment you take a second look at the dresser. The marks from plastic bags you lug home every night serve a purpose of bountiful dressing what haven't been dressed. Oh shit. Of bountifully dressing what hadn't been dressed. Sometimes these plastic bags were taken away from you. You had bruises instead. It is so much easier to punch yourself than to bleed onto paper. You still let the tributaries of your arms seep into forests of caked mud and deforestation. You will still let the ground clog up what you wanted to let go. These rivers always run until they reach waterfalls. It is then you fall instead of the rivers abound. Your eyes will sting with the fire from water and flesh. Your vision starts playing tricks on you, but always go back to the ice cube and slather an ocean of pain you cannot feel. Do so quickly before you crash into the tide below. Wash yourself up on the beach. Wash yourself up on the beach. Play with coarse sand only if you know how to dance with it. They will give you memories of your own 2 feet, and you know you're still living. Oh shit, I think I screwed the whole thing up. Okay, never mind. Go back. I don't know what else to read. Never mind, I'll read a poem that I've read before. Good advice. Love yourself, honey, love yourself. Have you ever heard of the phrase, hate is derived from love? You love yourself, and therefore you hate yourself. You are a rotten banana peel with a creamy white center. You will never be looked at, but don't worry, for you know you'll always be eaten out and dumped into the rubbish chute for the mice and the roaches to scurry their little tiny feet over. You know you're ugly, but embrace the fact that you're ugly. Buy yourself a pile of makeup to disguise your features, as there's no use in simply elevating how you look. You must totally change your face. Your skin is too dark, but don't worry. Lather yourself with milk baths every day like how the darker skinned Cleopatra did, and spend lots of money on SK2. You'll love how you look fairer, you'll love how you look thinner. Eat the prettier foods, the apples, the vegetables, the shiny eggplant, or better yet, let the insides of your stomach eat at your skin. If it doesn't work, and if it doesn't get you a man, use the eggplant for something else instead. Stop eating because you're still over 40 kilograms, and majority of the teenage girls in Singapore weigh 10 times lesser. You'll look better in the UK 2 as compared to a UK 14, and as the O-level scheme says, less is more. You'll go to better places with a score closer to 0. Or best yet, wear a vagina on your head and be the best sex your boyfriend ever had, and nobody will care about your mousy brown skin and purple charred lips that you so fervently disguise and cloak with a layer of hair and a lack of hair. But always remember, there's no use being yourself. People will forget you by the end of this poem. Thank you.
Alright, we know what happens with uneaten eggplant. Very nice. What happens is, that was Pam. Judges, please give your scores. What's gonna happen right now? We're gonna take a little break. Next up, we're gonna have a nice lineup of musicians. So, yeah, get something to eat, go take a piss, wash your hands. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
these two and another friend.
It's like these, right? What time does it run from?
Any of the 8:30 p.m.
That would be my favorite. 4970.
can get the sound.
No, I'm not plugging.
Oh, that's the problem. So, like Jenny's on. I think we took quite a long break, so I want to welcome you back to Cusp Poetry Nights at the Wallich, session 9. Next up, we're going to get our musicians up on the seat over here. But before that, we got a little birthday cake for a birthday girl in the house. Well, her birthday is actually on the 10th of April. We're going to give a big round of applause to Kathleen. Where you at, Kathleen? Yeah, you. Okay, yeah, I'm talking to you. There's a cake here. Therefore, you should come in before the first minute. To you. My name's Kathleen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Kathleen. Happy birthday to you. Alright. Don't act like you don't know what to do. We've been doing this for 20 over years, so take the thing, blow the thing, and cut. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. You're supposed to smile at the camera. And put on Facebook. Alright, happy birthday, Kathleen. Alright, we're back to the jam. Musicians are up, so I want you to give a big round of applause to the first musician from the jam. Mika, where you at?
Hello. This first song is Two Fingers by Jake Bug. I'm having some issues breathing, so I might just pause randomly in this song and go. So just ignore that. I'm okay. I drink to remember, I smoke to forget. Some things I am proud of, some stuff to regret. Been down some dark alleys in my own head. Something is changing, changing, change. I go back to Clifton to see my old friends. The best people I could ever have met. Skin up a fat one from the fence. Something is changing, changing, change. So I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I got out alive. Sorry. I got out alive and I'm here to stay. So I hold two fingers up for yesterday. Light a cigarette and smoke the world away. I got out alive and I'm here to stay. Down in the kitchen, drinking white lightning. He's with my mama, yelling and fighting. It's not the first time, praying for silence. Something is changing, changing, change. I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I got out alive and I'm here to stay. So I hold two fingers up for yesterday. Light a cigarette and smoke the world away. I got out alive and I'm here to stay. I said, hey, it's fine. I said, hey, it's fine. I said, hey, it's fine. I left it behind. Okay, so next one is Bohemian Like You by Danny Warhol. You've got a great car. Yeah, what's wrong with it today? I used to have one too. Maybe you'll come and have a look. I really love your hairdo, yeah. I'm glad you like mine too. So you are looking pretty cool, yeah. So what do you do? Oh, you're that's too bad. I guess it's fair. If he always pays the rent and doesn't get a penny, I'm sleeping on the couch while I'm there. 'Cause I like you, yeah, I like you, and I'm feeling so bohemian like you. Yeah, I like you, yeah, I like you, and I feel I'm feeling wise and I'm feeling so bohemian like you. It's you that I want, so please. Just a casual, easy thing. Isn't it? It is for me. 'Cause I like you, yeah, I like you. And I like you, 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 I like you. And I feel okay, oxygen. Okay, so next one is Mama Do by Pixie Love. Every night I go sneaking out the door. I lie a little more, baby, I'm helpless. Should I be afraid? Feeling guilty at the mention of your name. Oh, here we are again. It's really perfect. And what would my mama do? Oh, she knew about me and you. And what would my dad say? If she saw me hurt, she would. Something about the night and the way it hides all the things I like. Little black butterflies deep inside me. And what would my mama do? She knew about me and you. And what would my dad say? He saw me hurt this way. All the things a girl should know, all the things she can't control, all the things a girl should know she can't control. What would my mama do? She knew about me and you. And what would Sorry, are you okay? Peace. Hurt this way. Okay, so last one is an original, usually performed with Wahida over there, but I'm doing it solo today because reasons. Yeah. Oh, intense breakup. No, okay. Still love you, don't say. Okay. Doesn't have a title. Okay. The fishes in the trees and the clouds in the sea. The stars don't see
Thank you, Mika. Another big round of applause. Judges, that was Mika. Okay, so next up, we have the little sister Mika, now the elder brother, Officer Praval. Yes, Praval is on your list, so judges, you know what to do.
Alright, cool. So I'll be doing an instrumental first, and then a song I figured out how to sing, and then finally a small little story that I wrote long back, which I read again, which was quite funny, so I'm gonna read it again. So this first one is instrumental. It's called Quest, because I was playing it out the first like 2 lines, and my friend was like, sounds like a video game. I'm like, alright, cool, it's called Quest. This is time in tune. So that was Quest. This next one is Feel Good Inc. Classics. Sailors breaking down on the camel's back. Y'all just know, cause they don't know where. I got a feel it's a feeling to see. You won't get out the county cause you're bad at me. You got a new horizons, ephemeral My dreams ain't gotta kiss me cause I don't get sleep. Windmill for the land, turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. It is spinning, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land. Is everybody in? Bats, cats, hats, man, standing up like ass crack. Ladies, homies, young track. It's my chocolate attack. Shoot, I'm still in the hunt this year. Can't be bumping the hunt this year. Can't be bumping the hunt this year. Windmill for the land, turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. It is spinning, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land. Is everybody in? And alright, so finally just a little story reading thing. I have like weird dreams, so this one I remembered, I wrote it down. It's called butt chomp. So here's butt chomp. Counting sheep didn't work, so I counted breaths. I quickly breathed in, forgetting to do so before remembering it didn't matter here. You don't have to breathe inside your head. It won't matter to be accurate with your language either. Language changes in your head sometimes as well, with tendencies to make up words and all that jaza kahuna. Sorry, I slip sometimes. Thus saying, I did slip off the grass, landing butt first on what was now stone. Soft stone, quite bouncy, like fresh baked buns that keep fluffing up even if you squeeze them really hard. I don't know why you would squeeze buns out of an oven anyway, for they tend to be rather hot. I took a bite into the warm bun I did suddenly have in my left hand before realizing it was not the bun I thought it to be. Screaming suddenly, I walked literally half-assed to a nearby cottage. I knocked on the door, shouting as loudly as I could, "Help, help, I've bit off my left bun." Inside I heard giggles as someone approached the door with feet as light as could be. "Why ever would you do such a thing, oh sir?" came a question I felt loath to answer in my current predicament. "I know not, oh I know not, do let me in and help me please, it burns and aches and I fear to sit now as well. Oh whatever shall happen to me elsewise, however shall number 2 be comfortable now." I could not help but be scared. The door opened to a little woman standing in the way. She was of small frame with small eyes. Her head was red though not on fire. "Do come in then and we shall see if your bun may be helped." I hobbled into the humble cottage, which smelled of butter and jam and unwashed cutlery. "Do sit, wait," she managed to mumble, strolling into one of the rooms. I made my way to the corner of the living room. The sofas looked strangely soft and smelled of cat. The cottage, however, was free of any other creatures, save perhaps ants or small insects in the corners and nooks of the house. I suddenly remembered that I forgot something. Useless thoughts often abound in this kind of situation. Aha! It had something to do with this situation. Before my forgotten situation could be recovered, however, the small red-headed woman came back with a spare bun. "I hope this fits," she said, smiling timidly. I smiled. "We shall have to find out." Thus, I took the left angled butt cheek and wedged it into the bite-marked hole that scarred my abdominal region. The cheek fit nicely. The color was a bit pale compared to the rest of my brown, but beggars can't be choosers. I pushed it in and sat down while waiting for the bun to properly set. I invited the kind lady to sit on the cat-smelly couch. She forced a small smile before sitting down. "How very lucky for you to have a spare butt," I said to her. "I must thank you most profusely. For without your assistance, I might have been worse off before the next shipment of bun comes in next week. The colour seems a bit off though, she said. Stop sounding like you're worried. What does colour matter when it feels like the one I chewed off not a dream minute ago, I exclaimed, partly due to what I had just said. This was my situation. This was supposed to be my lucid dream. Thus, having realized my folly, I stood up, paying my courtesies to the kind-hearted lady, even pecking her on the cheek, the face chick, none other. I then turned to my newly formed buttocks and set the colour right, sounding my thought. Once more, I had a proper butter bun in my hand, making sure this time. I smacked my lips and waited the taste that could be. I entered a state of lucidity only for this. As the bun neared my mouth, however, a strange thing occurred. The bun screamed. A shrill high note, it became vibrating as well. The red-headed woman opened the door and shouted an incoherence at me. I quickly smashed my fist atop the bun as I saw the surreality around me dissipate. The bun stopped vibrating and the world stopped fading out. I sighed in relief. Below me I saw a large shadow. Wait, I don't recall myself being that round. I looked above me to see the great Lord Bucket poised above me, set to pour his wrath unto me. I dropped my warm butter bun and ran to the hills. In there, the Lord Bucket would waste his wrath in numerous valleys and holes. I might have yet time to summon yet another bun to soothe myself. However, Lord Bucket was quick for his old age, and he spilled over his cold wrath onto the soft stone pavement, with me standing there under him. The splash drowned me out, and I couldn't breathe, even though it wouldn't matter in my dream. It was enough though. I awoke to the grin of my mother with a water gun. Ah! She barked. School starts soon. I groaned, looking at my hand, followed by my butt just to make sure. Looking slightly confused at my behavior, my mother said, butter bun for breakfast. I looked up at her. You really are my mother. I smiled. She smiled slightly, saying, yes I am. Before grinning wider, which is why I was kidding. It's toast. And the longer you shower, the blacker it shall be burnt. Now hop to it. The bed bounced me off its own accord. Thank you.
Thanks for the wonderful story, judges. That was Prabal. Next up, we have our third musician for the jam. That would be Shark. You guys know.
Hello. This is when you say hello. Hello. You hear it up? So yeah, I'm gonna play originals today. That's fine. I wrote a new song. Okay, so the story behind the song is I met this amazing girl 2 weeks ago, and yeah, she was something else. And but the thing is, she disappeared. Like she just vanished. Like she said one day, like take care of yourself. I need some space, and I haven't seen her in a few days.
It's okay, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know what this song is because I just finished it yesterday. It might be a bit rough, and I might forget the words. So yeah. She is everything I'm not, only speaking from the heart. Oh, I wish I was the same. Her feet, they never touch the ground. Her jokes, they never make me frown. She saw her every day. And even though she doesn't make a sound, everyone knows when she's around. Then she ran to take my hand underneath the moonlight, telling me it's alright to fall in love. Honey, it's always you, the one I keep running to. say, honey, it's always you, the one I keep running to. Where are you? Where are you? I'm saying, where are you? Saying, where are you? Saying, where are you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. So. Right. If you're really sad, you can buy me beer. Actually, right, I feel like playing a cover. Lately, I know you miss your mom, I know you miss your dad. I'm on trying to keep you alive. You like a head, I can see you sad, even when you smile, even when you laugh. I can see it in your eye, deep inside you wanna cry. Cause you're scared, I ain't there. Daddy's with you in your prayers, no more crying, popping tears. Daddy's you don't want that man, we gon' pull together through. We gon' do. Lady, I'm crazy, and yeah, we love you, girl, and you better know. What if we got me to slow when it spins, when it slows, when it flows, when it slows, do it a beautiful girl. Cause it in that is, I was confusing you. Daddy always on the move, mama's always on the news. I try to keep you sheltered from me, but somehow it seems to holiday. I try to do that more. If I to me, all the things growing up, the baby, they don't want you to see, but you better lose yourself in the music. Come on, what you own, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, now it's a chance to flow. So opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music. Come on, what you own. Straight, knees weak, arms are heavy, it's blowing, I'm ready, mom's forgetting. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, opens his mouth, but the words are joking now. Everybody's thumbs up, over now, step back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come on, still love is lasting. For a little soul now. Staring at the sea, blood rushing. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be kind, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I will be with you, but it will be a different kind. Ooh. Thank you. Yeah, some of you guys should consider singing. I've heard a lot of nice stuff. I can do that. To be a good, everybody. It's another original. It's called Sleep Talk. It's about two people that can't bring themselves to love each other. Say I learned, but she never learned to see. Line sings a song across your cheeks. And every time I wonder why it is. She has me out of breath and on my knees. In my sleep, I say things like love you.
It's kinda blue when you make do and say okay. Morning light hits your face, you're not stopping. 'Cause you're not here, it's been a year since I made my head. Sleep talk, sleep talk. Catch each other staring empty. Hey, 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 it's like we've never ever been asleep. Deep in all my mind's miles away. Has me out of breath and on my knees. 'Cause in my sleep, I say things like I love you. It's kinda blue when you make do and say okay. The morning light hits your face, you're not stopping. 'Cause you're not here, it's been a year since I made my head. 'Cause in my sleep, I say things like I love you. It's kinda blue when you make do and say okay. The morning light hits your face, you're not stopping. 'Cause you're not here, it's been a year since I made my head. Sleep talk, sleep talk. Sleep talk, sleep talk.
Thank you.
Another one for shot. Alright, judges, get the scores now. Alright, next up we got another musician up on stage. She's a very lovely voice. Very happy to have her here. A big round of applause to the lovely Jenny.
Oh, dear. I'm a little bit short. Thank you. Yeah. It's great. Hi, everybody. Tonight, I thought this would be a good opportunity to try out some stuff that I've not done before. So this is some things that I've not done before. For those of you who have only seen me, which is probably like 20%. So this first one's called Conker Shells, and this was written about living in Hackney in the autumn, which I wouldn't recommend anybody to do ever.
Like you did before.
by good old Bill. This is just the two of us. And I just learnt this today, but I didn't know that we could play covers, so I'm just going to try and see how it goes. So this is just the two of us. I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometimes, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that it is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. So we gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Now everyone can join in if you want on this next chorus. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Thank you. Yeah, this one is a song I wrote a really long time ago, and it was for my friend who had this inspirational moment, which I think everybody has in their lives, but they're just like, I think I'm awesome. And she was telling me about it because for years you kind of go through teenage and you're like, I hate myself, and then you decide that you like yourself. And everyone should get to that point, hopefully, eventually, because everyone should love themselves, so this is all about that. Today I'm in love with myself. Sorry, it's all wrong clapping. I knew I should have moved the clapping. That's better. Today I'm in love with myself. It took a long time to get here, but I finally understand friendship. Whoa, no I do not. Finally, today I'm in love with myself. It took a long time to get here, but I finally see it's the right way to make a change. Oh. Today I'm in love with a girl, no matter this way or that way, but I finally understand friendship. She knows my soul. Love is the word, and I'll show you the world. Yes, I know that the truth is a bitter thing, but this hole that is empty inside of your soul knows to hold on to that which you know. But the first step is holding yourself still and fill it with love for yourself. Today I'm in love with a boy. His heart has conducted my energy. Now I finally understand growing is one. He makes me whole. Oh. Today I'm in love with my family. They've done more than they'd ever know for me. Made mistakes and they've forgiven me. Near or far. Love is the word, and I'll show you the world. Yes, I know that the truth is a bitter thing, but this hole that is empty inside of your soul knows to hold on to that which you know. But the first step is holding yourself still and fill it with love for yourself.
Today I'm in love with the world, and it's stronger now than ever before. It helps me to still and think of the things I once chose to ignore. Today I'm in love with the world. Today I'm in love with the world. Today I'm in love with the world, 'cause I loved myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jenny. If your CD comes out, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna play it on Sunday morning when I get up. That's what it feels like. Now, big round of applause to Jenny. Alright, two more musicians coming up. We need to give a big round of applause to Wahida, I believe. So now you and Mika are going solo, huh? No, yeah, there's no quarrel, so yes, big round of applause to the lovely Wahida.
Okay. Hello. Oh, hi. Okay, I just want to say that everyone tonight is like amazing. So like, don't your expectations not so high for me, please. Okay, so this song I'm going to do a cover. I don't do covers, but no, I did covers, but more opposite. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Okay, so this song is I'm going to do a cover of Valerie. So you guys know the song. Okay. Also, this is the first time I'm performing without paper, so that's okay. Sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things I want to do. In my head, I paint a picture. And since I came home, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Which come on over, stop me a fool, I mean. Ooh, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, did you have to go to jail? Did your house up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Catch me dinner, catch the ten. I hope you found the right man just for you. Are you shopping anywhere? She's color of your hair. Are you busy? Did you have to pay that fine? I dodge you all the time. I'm so dizzy. And since I'm coming home, all my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Would you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Ooh, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, oh God. Valerie. Okay, I always end the song like that. Sorry. Okay, so the next song is called Blind Deity. My lyrics are always like a bit big, so okay, I'm just going to say like a background bit. For fun, I read the Tibetan Book of Dead, and it was just interesting, and like, okay, I didn't read the whole thing, so I read the first few pages. It was about how when you die, you can become like a god, a demigod, or like a hungry ghost and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I read about, like, I guess a character turning into a god. Okay, so this song is called Blind Deity, and I hope I remember my lyrics because I see a yellow, was a deafening struggle. No. Okay, never mind. And as the heat creeps out from your head, and as the heat creeps out from your head, you'll be born as a god in the middle of the city. You see the stars and the dust and see your face pretty. I bet you don't want it to end, but the day will come and your headless shadow comes and takes you off. You know the fly in your head. Telling as I will wake your faces swelling up high. Troubles and your treasure is the ultimate truth for you, my friend. Oh. As the heat creeps out from your head, as the heat creeps out from your head, you'll be born as a god in the middle of the city. You see the stars and the dust and see your face pretty. I bet you don't want it to end, but a day will come and your headless shadow comes and brings you up. I know that the lights are rolling. You and I is the perfect team for the endless. So watch the moon and sun uniting. Questions and perfection. Be born as a god in the middle of the city. You see the stars and the dust and see your face pretty. I bet you don't want it to end, but a day will come and your headless shadow comes and brings you up. Okay, yay, thank you.
Thank you, Wahida. Alright, next up, my man Shak is gonna come up. He's actually gonna play a song with his friend Shireen. Yeah, the lovely Shireen is gonna sing for you guys, so nice big round of applause.
Hello. I'm so nervous. So that's why I asked to sit down. You're gonna be golden, baby. Wait, short.
She's singing a song.
Oh yeah. I'm singing Hurt by Christina Aguilera. I'm still not really reach her pitch now, but hope you enjoy it. Seems like it was yesterday when we saw your face. You told me how proud you were when I walked away. If only I knew what I knew today. I would hold you in my arms. I would
Thank you, Shireen. Another big round of applause, please, for Shireen. Awesome. All right, next up, we're gonna have one of the last three poets up for the jam. The night's not done, just three more poets for the jam. We got a few more open micers and one more awesome guy is gonna sing. So before that, a big round of applause to Kari. She's on your list, judges.
Hello, friends. Right, so this is a public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, and all people of genders in between, I ask for you to recall if you've possibly seen something precious to me that I seem to have misplaced, and it's compromising my temper and grace. See, I lost all my fucks and I'm in a bind. Where could they be? Where could they hide? Maybe it's under the skin of your thigh, or be hidden behind the sphere of your eye. Could I possibly peel the skin off the... No? Okay, I give that a try. Alright, maybe I forgot it on my grocery list. Butter, eggs, milk, bok choy, and duck. Ugh. All of my fucks, all of my fucks. I lost them all and I have none to share. Will someone give me a fuck if they had any to spare? I'll give you a fuck back when I come across one, but for now I am the owner of none. I must have lost all my fucks in 2013 summer when I had to deal with the ex who was a huge bummer. And ever since then, my fucks had just gone, picked up their bags to move to Scotland or Sierra Leone. Or maybe my fucks got stranded somewhere in the transit back to Singapore, sitting in some poor lost and found corridor. You may point out that I seem to give a fuck about all the fucks that I've lost, but let's not turn this into a fuck paradox. Why does my lack of fucks have me in a tizzy? Well, sit your ass down and let me get busy with some tales of horror, like when my sister had to get a giant tumor removed. I don't like her much, so I didn't give her a fuck when she went into the operating room. But a few hours later, when I was chosen to make a last-minute decision about the surgeons making some extra incisions, a fluttering fuck came flapping on by, just enough to make me shudder and cry for about 20 seconds, and then it was gone. And I was mortified. My ability to give a fuck seemed totally wrong. Why the fuck did you come to me then? Probably Murphy's Law in effect again. Fuck it, so I mustered the tiniest of fucks. Even I'm not that much of a schmuck. So maybe I didn't lose my fucks after all. No need to round up the posse to search in Nepal. If I have some fucks left in my being finite and in need of conservation, they're endangered and threatened by poachers encroaching on my patience. I need a reservation to build up my reserves, protect my fucks while they still can procreate, a diverse gene pool of fucks to produce an army brigade. Yes, my lesson learned over the years and all through the seasons is not to give my fucks to all the wrong reasons, like internet drama, jerks or Fox News, or raging against people who hate homosexuals, women or Jews, because expending my energy is simply not worth my time, and frankly, I have more to do in my prime. Yes, my friends, my fucks are precious. I should need to be clear. My fucks are given to those who are dear. So if you're in my heart, kind, loving, and true, I will give all of my fucks to you. And super appropriate t-shirt too.
Alright, judges, so write down the amount of fucks you want to give her. Alright, next up. Hey, that's in a good way. Yeah, exactly. So, next up, familiar face. Everyone should know this wonderful cousin. Big round of applause to the wonderful Vashini.
Hey, short people.
Hello. Only one person saying hi back to me. Good to be back. I've got
two not too long poems and then one two-liners because I've just been writing a lot of short ones. But anyway, so this one is called Treasure, but for some strange reason I put it as Treasure, a poem written during a midnight shower. It is not erotic. I am sorry. This is how it goes, Treasure. Treasure this time we have been given on this earth. Treasure the body our souls chosen. Treasure the roof over your head, the rice on your plate, and the sound of your mother's voice and the protective footsteps of your father. Treasure your siblings and their rage against you, your cousins and their jokes about your 5-year-old self. Treasure your friends and the comfort they bring you. Treasure the beauty present in the world, the warmth of the sun and the cooling breeze before the rain. Treasure your partners, your lovers, but treasure yourself enough to know when to leave should you need to. Treasure your passions, treasure your gifts, even when times may blind you to them. Treasure the work that you do that feeds you. Treasure the strangers who help you unconditional. Treasure the cup of tea and the quiet around the house. Treasure your baby's crying and the sound of her first teenage outburst. Treasure the hurts, the pains, the ups and downs, for they teach and expand your soul. Treasure the happiness, treasure the moments, treasure it all, treasure it now, because nothing lasts forever. Treasure you, because you are a treasure too. Thank you. This second one I wrote for a very good friend of mine when she was kind of down in the dumps and I just wanted to do a pick-me-up for her. I actually haven't read this to her, and she's not even here, but anyway, this is called A Poem for Cheryl. You, my darling, are a fierce burning light. You refuse to stand down even when others give up the fight. You wear your heart on your sleeves and sometimes people tear those sleeves to shreds. You come crying, carrying the pieces in your hands, but you are never on the floor for too many seconds. You, my darling, are a beautiful soul. Your shining grace almost like a story untold. As people have become so blind to the pure goodness in the world, you remain standing, even if alone, brave and bold. You, my darling, are a woman with angel wings, hidden from eyes that are too clouded with judgment to truly see what you bring. You, my darling, have nothing to fear, nothing to feel foolish about, so love and love hard, because at the end of the day, those who can will see a being more alive than them, and they will wish that they were you. You, my darling, are a woman of great power. Now I wish for you to see all that you are. I wish for you to shake it off, to smile, to stand tall, and to stand proud. To never let anyone tell you that you are nothing, because how can you be nothing when you have everything within you to build this life that you crave and to make it into a fantastical story to remember. I wish for you to trust that you are beautiful, that you can forgive yourself, and that you are home within yourself, that you don't need to save anyone, and you don't need saving. You are a woman, and you are enough. And then I will tell the world that they ain't seen nothing yet, so my darling, burn, baby, and burn bright. Thank you. So I'm going to end off with this two-liner that I wrote, no title, no nothing, it just goes like this. There's something about the word stay that makes you leave every time. Thank you.
Alright, what a way to end it up. Another loud round of applause for Vashni. Alright, next up, we got another one of our jam poets down. A big round of applause to Dan, my man.
Hi. Sorry, I stuck with back. Yeah, sorry I was late because I have a competition tomorrow. I'm playing chess. So. Okay, thank you. This poem, I'm rather Singaporean today because of LK Rice passing. But anyway, I'm not politically correct every time. This poem is called Tales of the MRT Station. Part 1. The most important man in a train station arrives early. 4:20 a.m. to be exact, opens a shuttered gateway to heaven. He throws down his fat armchair at the glass dome counter, tabulates stational figures for an hour. Soon the cleaner arrives, hunchbacked, all uppy, muttering choice curses and work past the age of homely respite. He gets to shake his booted legs only after the toilet's last cubicle is polished, cleared of shit to receive the day's shit. Led by angry man at LKY and the clean world is built for them. In between, the other station staff do their appearing tricks, taking stage clearance at the counter one by one. They loiter around the platform, wheels red light stick batons of honor bar the errand from rushing closing train doors. And I will sneak beneath their baton arrow, duck the obediently directed sheep, find solace in last carriages. Part 2. Welcome, honorable ladies and gentlemen. Please mind the platform gaps. Seats are reserved for the truly weary and needy. When in doubt, make eye contact, see whose legs are drooping more. Which young man's legs shaking of early rheumatism. Give the hip bowed men and women shoulders pats on tired backs. They have yet to learn to show their dignity, face the world already intolerant silences and self-imposed. Understanding breeds a gracious society. Have a pleasant journey. Where's Paul? Second poem is called R.I.P.L.K.Y. It's not politically correct, okay? I have no more reason to visit him than you do. Perhaps that's a reason. Not for Hello Kitties or iPhone 6. Not a reason to brave the treason of bug bites breaking my suntanned skin. My feet could do with a seat like greatness before its coffin, thank you very much. Kopitiam water sounds sweeter than high-top bottles. My heart holds no more room for love than yours does, same said for gratitude. Yet solitude found within our four walls and safe strolling the streets at night. Notwithstanding the finest fabric of four races, our privileges, our greatness and endowed nation. For this, a line long lines that ours to touch the helm of his coffin, far worthier than the quest of kitties. For this I prostrate myself 3 times, all forgone anger forgone, and crucifying 2 years of life in the army, he found it. Tough days turned sweat, sweetened. He lies where the lit fire critics cannot touch now. Only God's hand, inscribing judgment, thrown in our hearts. Thank you. Never mind, I just read a third poem. And this one is, Singapore Rhino month is on. And unfortunately, this piece is rather personal. And, well, it's about days when I was bullied. Today's poem is something about writing a letter to your younger self. And so as I was walking along, I was writing a letter like this. Well, this poem is called Chess and Bullies. Addressed to Dan. Remember how every chess piece used to be a weapon for checkmate? The gents cleaner who munch on bread, set recess minutes free playing your adversary at chess. Then the bunch of boys, avid challengers, your sci-fi skills delivered, finishing checkmates. Now, championship trophies line your home cabinet. And later in life, where every game of chess became a vendetta for glory. Once, too many blows rained upon your small cranium, cracked your skull sliver. The doctor diagnosed concussion, so short-term memory. Public caning for the bully, his attack in the left lobby, etching each chess piece deeper when you press rage into the chessboard later in life. Each checkmate, triumph, concussion, each loss of feel with self to do better for the morrow. Each chess move like a punch thrown at past adversary who stole your sticker books in primary 1 or crush your tennis skull when you were secondary 3. Soon, growing up, the crevices healed. Each chess game you played for passion, for passage of time. Each victory no more importance than loss. After all, what is age but an old man, a Jan's cleaner, filling a young un with happy hours. Thank you.
How many of you guys had a sticker book when you were younger? Yeah, that's what it is. You're all telling the truth. Alright, big round of applause to Dan. Alright, next up, this guy coming up, he actually wasn't on the list, but he felt inspired. He wrote something on the spot. So a big round of applause to Colin.
Hi, good evening everyone. It's actually my first time here. No, second time here. And my first time standing here. This night, we are going to tribute. The theme is tribute to anyone, anything. So I'm going to write a tribute to the 15 years old of Colin. So it's to me lah. So here it goes dear 15 years old Colin, I know you're foolishly in love. But I guess that kind of love is what people call puppy love. You give up studying hard, you give up basketball. You will disappoint your friends, close friends. You will disappoint your family, most importantly your family. Friends fought with you because they care. Family cried because they are heartbroken. But I will not be who I am if you weren't stupid, stubborn, and rash. Thank you, my friends of 15 years old Colin, for standing by him even after all his mistakes. He has never felt so alone before all of you came back. Thank you. So right now, I'm going to introduce one of my friends from when I'm 15 years old. So her name is Kathleen, the birthday girl. She's pretty good at writing poems. Yeah, she's here to share her poems. So let's welcome Kathleen.
Hello. Thank you. Sorry for being a creep just now when you guys sang a song. My body wasn't ready, so yeah. But thank you. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be reading 3 different stuff that I write. First one is going to be to my mom. My mom is, well, she's Peranakan Chinese, and she's about this height. And she used to be a commando. That's how she met my dad. They used to be like, because my dad used to be the second warrant officer to train her. So she was a parachute skydiver. And she was a really tough cookie. Whatever that she did, whatever bullshit that her in-laws did to her, she always came out with a smile. And she taught me a lot of things. And 2015 has sort of been a tough year for her. There were many times where she wound up in the hospital. And I was actually there with her every time she was there. So the first one I wrote was basically one of the nights when I was with her in the hospital. Remember when I used to pluck feathers from my pillow? The first time you caught me, you said, "See, this is your first feather. It belongs to an angel. Keep it so that he can watch over you." I kept the feathers neatly under my bed because I knew that they would protect me against the demons that were unsaid. But as I grew older, I realized that the demons were no longer under my bed, but instead, they were growing inside of my head. Wars we fight are no longer the type where you could die and come back in the next one. Nor were the trenches made from the towers of pillows and blankets to mount. And the gunshots that came from our fingertips, they were never really loaded just in case. But we died. We died anyways. Remember when I used to pluck feathers from my pillow? Well, I'm doing it now, going weak in the knees, watching you sleep. Curled up like a fist, protesting against death. My heart leaps as I watch your every breath turn into hard labor. I plucked more feathers in the hopes that they would send a search party. But I guess they never got our address. It could be our mess. I dared the angels to eavesdrop on the prayers I said before bed, in the hopes that they too would pluck out their feathers and etch them on their hands. But they died. They died anyways. Remember when I used to pluck feathers from my pillow? I fear So the next time you catch me, you won't be asking me to keep them under my bed. But instead, your chest will heave as you gasp for your last breath of air. With tears cascading down your face, you hand me a feather and say, "See, this is the first one I grew. Keep it so that I can watch over you." Thank you. I gotta let you know that my mom's actually okay. There was one time where I actually read this at some other event, and there was this guy that came up to me and he actually sent his condolences. And I don't like being awkward, so I stood in front of him and I just went, "Oh, you see my mother die." Didn't become friends after that, but well, I apologized. So the next one, for tonight's theme is on tribute, and the second piece that I'm going to read is actually to a friend that passed on. Ever since I graduated from secondary school, I've been volunteering, spending my time in youth expedition projects, going and visiting girls' homes. So this was actually one of the girls that I met in Singapore Girls' Home. I've been working closely with them on art projects. Some of them are really scary, even though they're like 16, but there was this one girl who was really, really huge. She was much, much taller than me, and she was always, every time she was pissed off, she would actually hit the shutter and she would smash it into pieces. So I was very fearful of my life. But at the same time, over the 8 weeks that I was working with her, she kind of transformed from someone who actually was always skipping my programs. She actually turned out into someone who actually produced one of the best pieces. And I actually took the opportunity to showcase her artwork during one of the parents' night. So let me read the story out. She sat under the sky that was painted a shade of black. No one could tell the amount of tears she was holding back. Pulling up her sleeves to show the naked truth, she sobbed and sobbed as black and blue ran through. 1, 2, 3. Were you more trouble than you were worth? 1, 2, 3. Were you numbed or did you scream in agony as those blood-stained hands brought you more misery? Thank you for the sound effects. 1, 2, 3. A few hours later, the ambulance arrived. Her life was over even before she could come to 5. What happened to this girl was that she was actually released early from the home, and people would think that some of these kids would actually start anew, but she was pressured into going back to how she was before that. But the plus point is, some of the girls that I met, or rather mentored, they actually will be released in June this year. And I actually kind of spread the information that there will be Poetry Night and Poetry Slam and Writers Festival. So if you do meet them, please do me a favor and take them under your wing. Because if no one believes them, then they will definitely go back to how they were back then. So you guys count. Thank you. Last one on the other hand, this one's a really, really long piece. And this is actually the only master copy that I have. And the reason why I want to read this one tonight is because I kind of got to get rid of it. The person who kind of motivated this piece was actually someone I met 2.5 years ago. My friend don't know about this. So what happened was, sometimes you get into a relationship and people tend to, when you're in this kind of relationship, you become exhausted. Sometimes you become their emotional pillar of strength, and so on. And during this period of time when I was together with this person, I kind of started crumbling. And this person kind of noticed, and that was when he decided to dump me for another guy. But even though he dumped me and stuff, after that he kind of continued on contacting me and reminding me of how much emotional support I was to him, and he expected me to deliver every single time even though he had a new relationship. So I kind of wrote this piece not to dedicate to him, but rather this one goes out to all the broken people with the broken souls. Like what Daryl did, it's not really a contract, but it's actually the 10 things that I would like him to know. Or rather, whatever. Yeah. 10. You must know that I am not a graceful person. I'm not a Sunday morning, nor am I a Friday sunset. I'm a Tuesday 3 p.m. I'm a broken window, and my knees crack on a nightly basis. I fall far away from elegance with a loud thud. But I do apologize for my awkward sadness. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong around people, that I belong to all the leap days that didn't happen. So let me tell you now that I am a bit harder to love than most people. I grew up with boys and ghosts and fallen debris. I donned an armor of steel so that I would feel protected against the slashes and the rips, and from the people that might break me. Loving me will not be easy. It will be a war. But you will hold the gun and I will hand you the bullets. So breathe and embrace the beauty of this massacre. 9. You will also need to know that without a doubt, all of our enemies and problems will be named Huns. And I will make you sing, let's get down to business, to defeat the Huns, as the daily mantra. And on the days that you're being a wimp, I will not hesitate to quote Fa Mulan again and remind you that you gotta be a man. You've got to be as swift as a coursing river with all the force of the great typhoon, with the strength of a raging fire and mysterious as the dark side of the moon. 8. You are not made of metaphors, or a riddle, or a joke, or a poem. You are not a problem, and you are not the answer. You are like everything that I've lost, returning back to me. You are my favorite Spartan, and I am a warrior queen. 7. There will be points in time whereby you might disagree with one another, but promise me that you will still honor my name, as I would to you. I do not need you to fall on your knees to make me the altar that you kneel to, but promise me that you will keep it holy, and that you will learn how it feels like to call yourself into a question mark and admit that you don't have all of the answers that you thought you did. We'll work this through. 6. The biggest problem that many of us have is that we do not listen to understand. Instead, we listen to reply. And so many of us grow up without the right tools to speak to our loved ones. Thus, we fight because we hurt each other because we do not have the skills, and we're too afraid to be vulnerable and loving. But let me tell you that I am not afraid of your past. So read to me the pages of your soul, one night at a time. Make me understand you. 5. Take your time. Because I'm not leaving without you, and darling, we don't have to question it. All of this was worth the wait. The words are simple, but as much as I'm ready to spin the words like yarn into your mouth, I'm not sure if I'm ready just yet. I'm still cleaning out my closet filled with skeletons of the past, just to make room for you. But this one will take a little longer, so I thank you for being so patient with me. 4. When we finally do get to spend the night together, let me kiss my poetry all over your mouth. First softly on your wet lips, then and let me slide my words deeply into your mouth. Let it run down your neck and your chest. Let it pool in your stomach and drip down your throbbing truth. Let the words that I create roll off of my tongue, and let me feel your body quiver as we erupt into this beautiful dark scene. 3. I know that you'll wake up on the morning after we make love, wondering if you had rocked my world the previous night. So let me confess. You rocked my world long before you even touched me. You gave me butterflies in my ribcage, and your hands, strong but gentle, stitched all of the broken pieces of me back together. You made me wish my heart was made of Kit Kat so that I could break a piece off for you.